Moving on to the NFC, the Packers were the 1 seed. They're hosting the San Francisco 49ers. What do you think is going to be a deciding factor in this matchup?
It's this inventive run game from the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, head coach Kyle Shanahan and offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel are so inventive in how they run the football. Yes, we talk about Deebo Samuels in the backfield and what he's done running the football. And his touchdown versus the Dallas Cowboys was a thing of beauty last week. They ran a stretch play at a shotgun where they pull the guard and tackle and block down with the tight end. There's no player in the NFL that gets to 0 to 100 quicker than Deebo Samuels. He runs to the outside and then put his foot in the ground and got north and south on that touchdown run. It was so fast that he split the safeties for that touchdown. But I think a major key in this game is going to be the rookie Elijah Mitchell. This was a gem for the San Francisco 49ers to get in the 6th round. He fits Kyle Shanahan's offense perfectly. In games where he's rushed for over 80 yards, the San Francisco 49ers are 7-1. He's a perfect fit for this zone scheme running where you get to the side and one cut, get downhill. He will be big this game. I think he is the key to this run game. Deebo Samuels is a guy that everybody has the key on, but Elijah Mitchell will be the bread and butter for the San Francisco 49ers Saturday versus the Green Bay Packers.
I mean, Jimmy G might need all the help he can get. I think the weather forecast right now is 8 degrees. It's kind of balmy for
cold.
Green Bay.
Yeah, it's going to be cold for sure. The run game is going to be big.
Yes, it is. Well, I need more than 10 fingers. I mean, we're counting fingers, toes, the whole thing of the different connections between these two teams. For me, I'm looking forward to seeing Aaron Rodgers try to back up his words from draft night, right? Finally beat the 49ers in the postseason. What about you?
Yeah, and that's going to be a key, right? Aaron Rodgers and his connection with Davante Adams. And the first time these two teams played in September, Davante Adams had a field day, more specifically at the end of the game when Jimmy Garoppolo goes and puts the San Francisco 49ers up with about less than a minute or a minute on the clock. Aaron Rodgers matriculates the ball down the field, was able to find Davante Adams on 2 explosive plays to put them in field goal range to win the football. The thing about this San Francisco 49ers defense and defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans is that they make you matriculate the ball down the field. They don't give up big explosive pass plays. So Aaron Rodgers is going to have to be patient, and he's shown he can do that. He did it versus the Detroit Lions earlier this year when they decided to go that too high safety shell look. They ran the ball and he took the underneath routes. Well, he's going to have to do that. It'll be interesting to see what DeMeco Ryans does with Davante Adams, because I don't think he can play him like they played CeeDee Lamb last week versus the Dallas Cowboys, or Davante Adams might have 13, 14 catches. Another thing I'm looking at is Jimmy G, right? Which Jimmy G are we truly going to get? Are we going to get the Jimmy G that struggled the first half versus the LA Rams in week 18? Or are we going to get the Jimmy G that threw the interception in the second half versus the Dallas Cowboys, and also the Jimmy G that struggled versus the Tennessee Titans with 2 ill-advised interceptions? Or do we get the Jimmy G that looked really good the first half versus the Dallas Cowboys last week, the one that was able to bring his team back down 17 versus the LA Rams, where he's able to find Jawan Jennings on 3rd down. He's found a real rapport with him, being able to find Brandon Ayuk and then also use Deebo Samuels. So this will be a key, right? If the Green Bay Packers are able to mitigate that run game, will Jimmy G step up? And then the last thing I'm looking at, right, is it this vaunted pass rush from the San Francisco 49ers led by Nick Bosa. Now, Nick Bosa probably will win Comeback Player of the Year, but he should get some votes for Defensive Player of the Year. Over 15 sacks this year. This dude is a monster coming off the edge. But it's not just him, right? This defensive line, when he went out last week versus the Dallas Cowboys, got after Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And it's ever since they moved Eric Armstead from defensive end to defensive tackle, those have paid real big dividends. And then Arden Key, right? He's rejuvenated his career since coming over from Oakland to the San Francisco 49ers. 6.5 sacks this year. Him and Eric Armstead inside do a really good job of running a tom game, which is a pass rush game, where one guy spikes from the B gap to the A gap and the other defensive tackle wraps around. You talked about Green Bay maybe getting more healthier. Billy Turner's coming back, David Bakhtiari, Josh Myers, the center. But the thing is, when you're playing a team that can rush like the San Francisco 49ers, it comes down to communication and being able to pass off those pass rush games. And they haven't had a lot of reps because everybody's been hurt. So that'll be something really interesting to watch, right? That vaunted pass rush from the 49ers. And can the Green Bay offensive line, who is starting to get healthy, can they handle some of those pass rush games and protect Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, that's definitely something to watch for. All right, so time now for your game pick in this nightcap.
Yeah, I believe the line is -5.5 for Green Bay, and I think that's disrespectful. I know the line was at 6 at one point. I think it's because people didn't know if Nick Bosa or Fred Warner were going to play, but it looks like both of those guys will play this week. I believe that San Francisco 49ers will cover, so I'm taking them. I'm not sure if they'll win the game, but I believe 5.5, they'll cover that for sure.
BJ Douzable, we appreciate the insight. A lot to think on for this Saturday of divisional games. We appreciate it. Thank you. Now starting Saturday at 4:30, remember to tune in to CBS for the first AFC game. Then Sunday, the late game is on CBS kicking off at 6:30 Eastern.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.